All Out Champa, baby, guys. What is happening? And guys, I know my videos have been very separate. I haven't been uploading as much and as regularly as I want to, but guys, as we get closer to the holidays, as we get closer to Christmas, and as work comes to decrease for me when we get closer to Christmas, guys, videos will be dropping out regularly. Make sure to stay in tune for that. I have got so many plans coming up. I've got so many plans for 2022, ladder predictions, player predictions, who I think might have a breakout season, who I think might struggle. So many content I want to talk about the Tigers as well, new signings, drama that's going on within the club, everything just like that, guys. Make sure to stay in tune. I'm going to be posting more regularly. And guys, I'm super excited. I think I finally got this YouTube thing under control. As always, guys, make sure to like and subscribe. Do all that good shit, and let's just get underway with the video I have coming up today. So guys, basically what this video is going to be about, I'm basically going to be talking about what I think should be in the next Rugby League game. The latest game we had is Rugby League Live 4. I still have yet to play that. I don't own it. I have played it before, I should say. I still have Rugby League Live 3, but basically, it just added a bit more features towards Rugby League Live 3. More players. I think they got one of the English commentators from the Super League to commentate as well. But not a whole lot of changes. And there's a lot of changes, a lot of good changes that I feel like might be necessary if the next Rugby League game comes out anytime soon. So, guys, sit back, relax, and enjoy the video. So while we're on the topic of commentary, I think that's one thing that needs to change is the commentary of Rugby League, of the Rugby League games. It's always been Andrew Voss, and recently it's been Gus Gild. But not only that, is they reuse the same lines over and over again. I guarantee you, if I play any Rugby League game leading up to Rugby League Live 3 or Rugby League Live 4, Andrew Voss says the same names over and over and over again, and it's repetitive, and I feel like there could be more effort into commentary, like going in depth for some players, like when a player is getting like say if a player just scored a try, maybe talk a bit about the player, about his career, talk about the coach, talk about, let's say, a player who's been having a breakout season when you're on a career mode or something, which is something I'm going to talk about as well. I just feel like there should be more variety when it comes to commentary. Because we don't hear the shit that we hear on the game in real life when we're watching NRL or the Super League. Great examples of great commentary is FIFA. The FIFA games are great with their commentary. They use different commentators. They even use different commentators for other languages as well. When a player is having a good season in a career mode, the commentators will talk about that, of how that player is having a good season. When a player is out of form, they'll focus on that player. And I feel like that's what Rugby League should be doing. Those little small details create more interest and more variety for Rugby League. And we haven't had much variety when it comes to different games. It always just seems to be the same thing with just a little bit more features. And I feel like if they just put in the effort, I honestly do think that the game could come out just a bit more interesting. Because I'm always expecting when the next Rugby League game comes out, it always has the same features, and as one of the features I feel like doesn't change as much is the commentary. They always say the same thing. So if we could just get some other commentators in there, we don't have to always have Andrew Voss. We could have some players like we could get maybe even Rabs to commentate. If not him, there's others like Dan Ganay, all them commentators. If we could just get some more variety in the commentary, more dialogues and all that stuff, I feel like it'd be much more needed in the next Rugby League game. Another feature that I feel like should get more attention in the next Rugby League game is career mode - story mode. Very similar, but I'll explain in a minute. Story mode. I feel like there should be a story mode within a new Rugby League game. We can start as a rookie player, making our way up from young representative, then getting signed to an NRL team and just making our way, just something like a good story mode. Now, games like like FIFA games and 2K games, they do this really well. I mean, there was this FIFA game we played as a young soccer player. Now I don't remember which game it was. I think his name was Alex Hunter, the person we played as. Guys, if you know what I'm talking about, please correct me down below if I'm wrong. But it's those kind of story modes where we get to interact with other players and stuff like that, and work our way up through all these struggles and stuff. In the WWE games recently, with WWE 20 and WWE 2K19 and 18, they had these story modes. We get the players as wrestlers making our way up through the ranks, and having rivalry with different wrestlers. It's those kind of story modes where I feel like could make the game really interesting, because we could play as a young player who's getting getting looked down all the time, not getting enough attention. Then he just breaks out, and all these NRL teams want him, and then when we're in the NRL, we're struggling to get positioned. We're trying to get into Origin. We're trying to get into representing our country. I feel like if we had a story mode that elaborates on that a lot, man, that would be so interesting. Don't you tell me you guys wouldn't be interested, because that would be fucking awesome. Now is the time to talk about career mode. Now, as always, a career mode is probably one of the most interesting features within the game. Got games like NBA, FIFA, WWE, Madden. They all have a good career mode where you get to play as a coach or a player, and just have a very basic career mode where you just play and just do all that good stuff. And I feel like if the NRL can just maybe get a bit more in depth with career mode, like the FIFA career modes are absolutely amazing. When you get to play as a manager or a player, you get to interact with other managers when you wanna trade a player or buy a player. Then you get to talk with that player and his agent. I feel like if the NRL did stuff like that, man, it'd be so awesome. And another thing I found very annoying. This is my experience when I was playing with Rugby League Live 3. You get to buy the players just a bit too easy, I feel, and I feel like if buying a player in the next Rugby League game, you got to make it more special and prestige. You can't just buy a player and he just comes to the club straight away. You probably talk to the manager, see try and get a deal, because I remember when I was playing in Rugby League Live 3, and I was playing at West Tigers career mode, and we brought Thurston just like that. We brought Billy Slater just like that. I feel like it's a bit too easy, because in real life that would never happen that easy. I feel like if we had a career mode where you have to work more to get the player, or you have to convince the manager or the player and his agent to come to the club. It's those small little details that make the game a bit more interesting, that make it feel like a game, that doesn't make it too easy. And I feel like buying players are a bit too easy in the past Rugby League game. So I feel like if they change that, it would be much more interesting to play. Now, of course, with everything I've listed, it all comes down to budget. It all comes down to budget, to money. Now, the companies that go behind making Rugby League games, True Blue and Big N, I'm pretty sure they are. They're not EA Sports. They're not 2K. They're not big multi-million-dollar companies that can just make games just like that. So I do understand that these features probably have been brought up within those companies, but they just haven't found the budget to make these sort of features into the game. That's why they keep just what I feel like rehashing and reselling the same game every year. But I just feel like with more time put into the game, and have your money going towards go towards more features, it will make the game so interesting. I just want a Rugby League game that feels like it can be up there with games like Madden and FIFA and NBA. It doesn't have to be worldwide, but just a game that feels like that, because I feel like the Rugby League games could be so much more better, yet it always seems to be the same thing every year. I mean, that's just personally my opinion. But guys, that's today's video. That's what I wanted to talk about today. New features that could be added into the next Rugby League game that I feel like would make it amazing. Guys, if you enjoyed this video and you want to see more videos just like this, make sure to like and subscribe, do all that good shit, and I will see you in the next one. Stay strong, stay safe. All out champ.